Today we're going to let you have a look behind the curtain and see the process the chiropractors and other healthcare clinicians go through before we get to the treatment phase, so where we do the clicking, cracking and popping. The most important part of the whole process is taking a good clinical history. This is where the person tells us everything about the problem that they've been experiencing, and we want to give them as much time as possible to make sure they tell us everything they feel that we should know. It's a great chance for us as a clinician to just be quiet and listen. Once the client finishes talking, which in most cases is no longer than 2 or 3 minutes, even with the chatty ones, that we repeat back the information, the key information that the client's told us. This not only helps us clinicians cement these facts in our mind, but more importantly, it shows the client that we were actually listening, and this helps to build a bit of trust and a bit of rapport from the outset. On the screen here is our clinical history form that we personally use, and you can see that we ask questions like, where does it hurt? When did the problem start? How did it happen? Can you describe how it feels? What aggravates your condition and what relieves it or makes it better? And these are just a few examples, and we always ask about past medical history, medications, past surgeries or traumas, accidents, all that sort of thing, because that helps just to provide a really nice, well-rounded picture of where the client's overall health is at that very time, at the time of the consultation. We usually uncover a few other relatively minor issues that are worth investigating, but often we find out about problems that have been there for potentially years, and the client has just decided that they've got to learn to live with it. This gathering of information usually takes about 10 to 20 minutes, sometimes shorter, sometimes longer. It's going to vary case by case. Some people are very chatty, a bit like me, so that makes a dangerous combo, so it's going to run a bit longer. But throughout this whole process, we're picking up on body language, mannerisms that might show signs of any anxiety or fear, etc. Because some people have been through some really, really difficult times, and having to unload all this information onto what is really a complete stranger is understandably pretty scary or daunting for some people. Therefore, if we see some of these soft signals, we look to put their fears at rest by explaining what's going to happen during this appointment, reassure that they, the client, are fully in control of what happens at all times. If there's anything they're not comfortable with, just let us, the clinician, know, and we'll find an alternative. Because we're all different, and we're okay with that. We're a health service. Therefore, we're here to serve you, the viewers, and those who come into our clinic. Now, our goal is to solve your problem, and the clinical history is where this process always starts. So, would you like to see how we carry out a real clinical history on a patient? Like the video and put a yes in the comments if you'd find that interesting. You might be a healthcare practitioner with some fantastic gems of wisdom you want to share, or somebody who's had an experience, good or bad, with a clinician regarding the history. But pop these comments down below and hopefully we'll get a really good conversation started. But next, we'll look to see what you currently can or can't do during the physical examination, which is the next stage. So we'll see you in the next video.